Mike, what do you make of this report?
Well, it highlights 4,000 officer shifts. That's 4,000 times 8 hours where officers are not in their local area. They're not policing burglary, robbery, and rape and other crimes. They're being brought into central London. And not only is it that, it's the senior officers who are then focusing on the protests and not developing strategies to target other crimes. And it's all the detectives who then have to follow up, CCTV and a video from these marches, and they're not focusing either on the crimes that impact on most people. So it really is draining London of officers, and it's making communities unsafe.
The report is at pains to stress how vital the right to protest is in a functioning democracy, but they do highlight that if they continue at this rate, as you say, not only does it have a cost in terms of overtime and the ability to police properly, but there is an ongoing situation where the government is not really following through on its hate crime action plan. Tell us more about that.
Well, what we see all the time, we've seen, on Big Ben, from the river to the sea, which basically means wiping out Israel and the Jewish people who live there. So this is a real issue. I think the real losers in all of this are the Jewish people, particularly in London, who feel unsafe to go out onto the streets. So it's really not good, and it's exposing the deep fractures in our society.
Mike, what do you think it does to the police force itself, something like this released? Is this more pressure, and if so, how do they react to this?
Well, what the police have got to do, there are laws in existence where you can actually stop marches. It's right that you can have the right to protest, but the law says if there's significant damage to a community, then you can stop it or control these marches. And so, why can't these be held once a month? Why can't they be held in Hyde Park? So all these conditions could be laid on, and the Home Secretary has the power to ban them. And what you find is that there was a study done of 12 marches that have been banned. And of course, 10 of those are what you would describe as far-right activists, like the EDL. So if the government are in a position they can ban EDL marches, why can't they ban these marches, or at least limit them and as to the place they're held and the times that they're held?